And now we will import, just any random picture that we find on the internet. Well, if that isn't scary enough, let's auto trace it. Now let me share what happens with you. VCarve, VCarve Pro, and Aspire are capable of. So let's say I want to do this. We'll change it to black and white, and you'll see here, in fact, we'll fade it in so you can actually see what it's going to choose. We can scroll and choose the minimum colors, which obviously it'll be undetectable, or likewise, if we go all the way to the right, it's all black. So somewhere in the middle is a decent, well, maybe not so decent, but there's a happy median where it's barely recognizable. My apologies, everybody. It seems that, as you guys surmised, Jamie is definitely the probable cause of the crash. Well, while we're waiting, I'll show you a quick picture of last week's project. This is in the extremely rough form, as you can tell, number one. Not sanded, so for those of you who say, hey, CNC, all you got to do is press a couple buttons. Yeah, and a few hours of sanding and staining and everything else. Secondly, one thing that you all should be aware of when you are doing a CNC project is pay very close attention to the grain of the wood and any defects it might have. I did this on purpose with a scrap piece. This thing broke right off, the bottom piece, because of the weakness in the wood. So always pay attention to that. But if you're looking for a rustic candy bowl, candy dish, that works. That's roughly Jamie's picture. We hit preview, and we have an image. If I go to the toolpaths and do a quick little V-carve, that is what will happen, which is barely recognizable, Jamie, but it looks like he's got like a triple chin instead of a beard. There are different ways to CNC a picture. One of them is called stippling, and we'll be going into those type of programs in a future episode. Another is working with the original image and manipulating in such a way that you can have a good CNC pattern pulled from it. Another way, an additional way, is purchasing a copy of Photo VCarve, and that's a whole other world. You have a lot of tweaks, a lot of different functions, tweaks that you have to do, a lot of different settings in order to get the picture just right, and every picture is different. The smaller the bit, the higher the resolution, the better, but also the longer your toolpath is going to take. I've had some photos that I've played with have taken 30, 40 hours on a CNC, and pray that you don't have a power outage in the middle of that. We'll discuss Photo VCarve at one time, but I hope this has helped you understand the auto trace function a little bit better. So with that, have a wonderful evening, everybody, and I'll see you next week.